Again? Really? Again? I mean, what happened, Microsoft? Did you see what Nintendo did and it said, hold my beer? Or, hold on. Did you see what PlayStation has done and said, we can do more? What's going on, y'all? Darkwind Studios here, and today I'm going to talk about the recent increased price of Xbox systems. Also to prove I don't just pick on Nintendo. So, the Xbox Series X, the 512 gigabyte, will go from $379.99 to $399.99. That's $400 now. The 1 terabyte will go from $429.99 to $449.99. The Xbox Series X, the digital-only version, mind you. So, again, you can't put a disc into these systems. They're just digital-only systems. Will go from $549.99 to $599.99, $600. The disc version, which I don't understand why this costs more, by the way. So in order for you to put a game disc in the system and have a physical copy for your games, will go from $599.99 to $649.99. And last but simply not least, the Xbox Series X Limited Edition, which I didn't even know that was a tier, but okay, will go from $729.99 to $799.99, $800. So I would like to put this out there. Quite literally, all of these increased prices for these systems are more than they were before for literally no reason at all, other than Xbox and Microsoft needs money. Because quite literally, they already increased the prices about a month or two ago initially, and now they're doing it again. And honestly, I don't really play Xbox anymore. I'm strictly PC now, with the exception of the Nintendo Switch OLED model that I own. But like, there's no reason for any of this, honestly. There's absolutely not. The majority of people that I talk to only really get Xbox for Game Pass, and not to mention you can get Game Pass on PC for relatively cheap. So why go through and once again increase the prices? It's not like you're buying an Xbox for exclusives, considering the fact that Xbox is putting their exclusives on other platforms such as PC and PlayStation now. So what is the point of all this? Honestly, why do this? Why is beyond me. And not to mention, other than the 512 gigabyte system, right? Quite literally, the rest of these tiers, okay, again, including the digital-only version, okay, of these systems, is more than buying a Switch 2. And at least the Switch 2 has 2 good exclusives as of right now, and backwards compatibility for their other classics as well. Again, you all know I don't agree with everything that the Switch 2 does and whatnot, but I will give praise to where it's due, okay? So I just don't understand why in the world Xbox would do this. Like, how do you justify this? Much like I never understood how PlayStation could go through and justify their system price increase when the majority of their games are already on Steam. I want to make it clear once again that I'm never going to go through and tell anybody on how to spend their hard-earned money, okay? I'm not going to do that. However, I'm a huge advocate for pro-consumerism and the fact that I cannot justify or even give a valid reason as to why anybody would go through and buy an Xbox or PlayStation and the Switch 2 as well, by the way, with these increased prices just to go through and play games. Now, Nintendo, I can understand, due to their exclusives, I can understand that. However, when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, the majority of their libraries are on Steam. And now, with the price increases of their systems, you can literally buy an entry-level gaming PC for the same price and have access to both of their libraries. It's a no-brainer. And this is why. And people think, having a gaming PC is so complicated. It's really not. I have two, by the way, okay? So, no, okay? No matter which company that it is, I cannot advocate for or agree with in any way, shape, or form spending my hard-earned money on a system that I'm only going to get access to a certain library of games when I, in fact, have a good gaming PC and Steam to have access to both Xbox and PlayStation. You can run Xbox Game Pass on a PC and have access to pretty much all of their games, and PlayStation's games come to Steam relatively quickly. Okay, it's not like it used to be with PC ports. PC ports are pretty much day one on a lot of games. Yes, it might take a while for some games to come over to Steam due to PC port and everything, but it doesn't take as long as it used to. But with all that being said, I cannot and I will not justify paying for a system that increases their prices on their consoles when there's no benefit to it. Let me know what y'all think about this, please, and everything. And other than that, I am Darkwind Studios, and I hope you all have a good day.